Hi Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, Ascendant, or Venus. This is Dane, and I'm going to be doing your angel and spirit guide message reading for you. Now I ask if this reading resonates with you, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and also to subscribe to my channel. So let's dive into what the cards have to say, what your angels and your spirit guides have to say. I'm actually going to be starting with your spirit guide animal cards. These are your totem animals for this time. If you see these animals in the wild or you see an image of these animals, this is your angels and your spirit guides tapping you on the shoulder, Sagittarius, saying, remember this message. Angel and spirit guide message for Sagittarius. Angel and spirit guide message for Sagittarius. Angel and spirit guide message for Sagittarius. Show me clearly, show me clearly, show me clearly, show me clearly. So we have the parrot spirit, which says, watch your words, always so important. Oh, and the skunk spirit, know your worth. I love those two. Sagittarius, it's absolutely brilliant. So watch your words and know your worth. And now we're going to be using your chakra cards. Angel and spirit guide message for Sagittarius. Angel and spirit guide message for Sagittarius. Angel and spirit guide message for Sagittarius. Show me clearly, show me clearly, show me clearly, show me. Oh, goodness. So this one right here, which is communication, which is the third chakra. And then this one here, which is soul's healing, which is absolutely beautiful. So through communication and the expanse of your throat chakra, healing comes into your life and you find your soul healing. This is the soul star chakra located 6 inches above your crown. Angel and spirit guide message for Sagittarius. Angel and spirit guide message for Sagittarius. Angel and spirit guide message for Sagittarius. Show me clearly, show me clearly, show me clearly, show me clearly. At the center of everything, we have the moon card, which is a Pisces energy. Now, I'm going to be equating these all back to the Rider-Waite-Smith deck. So at the top, you have the 9 of crystals, the 9 of pentacles, which is beautiful, the 5 of crystals, the 5 of pentacles, the 8 of feathers, the 8 of swords, the page of feathers, the page of swords. Now, this is an air sign energy, a Gemini, a Libra, and Aquarius. The 10 of acorns, the 10 of wands, the 2 of crystals, the 2 of pentacles, the 4 of shells, the 4 of cups, the queen of shells, the queen of cups, water sign energy, Pisces, Scorpio, Cancer. Because it's right at your heart next to the Pisces energy, this is going to be a very intense emotion for you. This is also going to be a very intense connection with a Pisces energy. Whether you know this person or not, you can be really inspired off of somebody's work, or you can have this person in your life in a very positive or even in a negative way, where this person is like, I'll show you, kind of thing. And then we have the page of crystals, a earth sign energy, a Taurus, a Virgo, a Capricorn. All right, so let's start with the parrot spirit and the skunk spirit. So the parrot spirit says, watch your words. Why is this important? Because with communication being so paramount for you during this time, you are going to find that words have tremendous meaning to them, more so than usual. And then with the parrot spirit also, it's watching the way you speak to yourself. It's watching the words that tumble through your head and the conversations you have with yourself when nobody's looking. And that's going to be really important to you during this time, because you need to know your worth. You need to know where you stand within yourself, how you're embracing your power, and how you're looking at yourself. Is your narrative astoundingly negative? You know, do you sit there and wish that you could change everything about you, or a few things about you, but they stand out like blaring lights? Or is your narrative positive? And how to turn the negative into the positive, and how to make the positive the forefront of our minds instead of the negative. And as you know your worth, you see yourself coming forward, because a skunk doesn't care. A skunk doesn't care that, people sit there and go, oh my gosh, a skunk. It lives its life. So you are to live yours. And that's really what your angels and your spirit guides are saying, which is absolutely beautiful and tremendously fierce, which I love. And then we have communication. This is the throat chakra. You're going to find, again, that words mean everything to you during this time. You can also find yourself being hyper analytical. Yeah, tumbling over words right now as I say this. You're really going to try to dissect things, to find the deeper meaning, to move forward to greater truth. And that can be absolutely exhausting. And as a Sagittarius, you have that ability to seek, to look, to dive deep into things. So just be kind to yourself. And remember to be kind to yourself. There's going to be a lot of communication that happens that isn't spoken. You're going to read people's body language. Astoundingly, it's not going to be easily, but perceptively. There we go. And as you read people's body language and as you're taking everything in, the soul's healing is coming forward. Now, okay, Spirit is just saying you're stumbling over your words a lot, Dane. And that's going to be like the communication that you have. You're going to be looking for the right word and then say the wrong word. You're going to be looking for this meaning and then kind of can come to a different conclusion. So do expect a bit of a stumble here and there. Yeah, much more confident now within the message that is moving forward. Spirit's like, that's how you're going to feel. You're going to feel unsure about how to move forward, about the message that you're saying, about yourself. And then once you address it, you can even say it out loud, like, why am I stumbling over my words? Why is it that, other people's words are echoing through my head more so than my own? Why am I going through this? Why am I going through that? And as you call it out, as you claim it and as you own it, you're going to find that your angels and your spirit guides help you move forward from it. And then we have the soul's healing, and that's one of the ways that you heal your soul absolutely during this time. It's like, okay, I see where I stand, and I see what I stand for, or I see what I don't want, which is usually how we go about it. I see what I don't want, and now I'm moving forward towards what I do. And as you do so, your soul heals, and you find yourself empowered. And as you're moving forward in this empowerment, yes, you have this beautiful connection to a Pisces energy, a time frame, February 19th to March 20th, but you also have this beautiful connection to your imagination and your perception. And as you're moving forward in your imagination and your perception, you have the Queen of Shells, which is peace and compassion coming forward. So your heart is going to shine through like nobody else's. And this is going to be a time where you really need to listen to your heart, because I believe firmly and absolutely that we are emotional beings. So as emotional beings, we need to listen to our hearts, to our souls, to ourselves. And that's something that we don't do a lot. Or we can tend to do it to the extremes, like, oh, my emotions are all chaotic, and letting them rule our lives. But there's a balance, and there's a beautiful balance between the heart and the mind that has to be, and it has to be realized. Because then you'll know when you're out of balance with yourself. But you'll also know where you stand within yourself and how you want to move forward. And so with the Pisces energy here, it's like your heart is as deep as the ocean. You're a wise owl. You're seeing things so beautifully, so clearly. And it can be frightening how clearly you see things. And the thing with Pisces is they can achieve anything if they stop fearing. Just like you, Sagittarius, your card is temperance. You can achieve anything as long as you find that balance within yourself. It can be the balance of the sacred shadow and the sacred light. It can be the balance of, what you spiritually want and what you need. And so here, it's finding that balance. And as you find that balance between love and, and lust, you find where you stand. And it's not just with people, but with life in general. What do you love? But then what do you lust after? What are people telling you you should want? That clouds your judgment. And as you're moving forward in this, you're embracing the Queen of Shells, meaning you're going to be much more behind the scenes, and that's going to be really where you're comfortable during this time. Yes, you have the pages here at your roots. So at your roots, you're a perpetual student. You dig deeper. You want to know more. And that's something that really is you. I mean, you're the perpetual student anyway. You look at life as your classroom and say, okay, what is it that I need to learn? How is it that I need to dive deeper? What is it that I desire? And as you see this, as you ponder this, as this comes forward, peace and compassion become a part of you. And it's a profound part of you. It is a deep part of you. And it's a part that nourishes and nurtures you as you move forward. And then we have, at your crown, we have the 9 of crystals and the 4 of shells. So the 9 of crystals here says security and abundance. The 4 of shells says soul searching and reevaluating. So as you are embracing security and abundance, and this is going to be something that people see more in you than you see within yourself. You're going to look at yourself and really have a tendency, Sagittarius, to be super harsh. You're going to look at yourself and be like, okay, there's so much that I need to improve. There's so much that isn't right. And you're going to see yourself as kind of the spider that people shriek at, whereas you're not. I mean, if you step back and you look at the beautiful webs and you think of our lives as a tapestry of creation, that's astounding. You're the weaver. And as you embrace this weaving, this coming together, this deeper knowledge, you embrace yourself. And as you do, the page of shells comes in with this sense of you're focusing on three things, okay? Because there's usually two cups and then one cup like kind of hovering by you or being handed to you. In the Rider-Waite Smith deck, it's being handed to you from the sky and you're looking down, your eyes are closed at the other cups. And it's kind of like, okay, I know this. And I'm kind of taking this in, whatever this is, whatever is going on in your life. Stress, I mean, definitely during this time, stress and uncertainty and, fear and anger. But it's like, okay, can you change it? And the fact of the matter is, no. I mean, you could do what needs to be done, but you're not going to be able to magically make everything better. But within your life, within your soul, within yourself, you can start. And that's going to be a powerful thing. It's looking at the world and saying, listen, world, you're messed up. Right now, more so than usual, but, still. But the only person I have control over and power over is me. And divinity, your angels, your spirit guides are handing you a gift, Sagittarius, that has you radiating with light and love and beauty. And it has you kind of stepping into your own. And as you step into your own, you have the page of feathers here. And you have the page of crystals. So it's your mind and your practicality that's coming into play. The page of feathers says exploration and discovery. The page of crystals says ideas and discipline. So you're exploring, you're discovering. You have tremendous ideas. And you're learning how to discipline yourself for those ideas to come into the forefront. Because there's something here, Sagittarius, that's been holding you back. It's like, I would love to, but I can't. I want to, but it's impossible. I need to, but it's not me. Or everybody will laugh. And it's studying what you want. It's studying what you see within yourself. And as you study, as you discover, you become. And this is why one of the reasons that being a perpetual student within life is so absolutely astounding. It's kind of like, I don't know everything. And we will never know everything. But I embrace what I love. And I know what my soul craves. And as I move forward, you are going to see that this is you. As you move forward, Sagittarius, you see that you embrace this passion, this strength, this cunning, these ideas, this, manipulation of reality. Because your reality is only what you perceive. So if you start changing your perception, you start changing your reality and you become more. And as you become more, you embrace the 10 of acorns. Because that 10 of acorns has you just tuckered out. Because here, now this is air sign energy, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, with the page of feathers, the page of swords. Earth sign energy, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, with the page of crystals. You could have somebody in your life. Now, it can be one person, it can be multiple people that are helping you discover, but also are on a journey themselves. So there can be at your roots during this time, like somebody, and I see for a lot of you Sagittarians, it's kind of like you're feeling annoyed with somebody or annoyed with something. It's the communication is off. They're not seeing it the way that you're seeing it. You're not seeing it the way that they're seeing it. And it's kind of like you're speaking the same language, but you're speaking different languages. Yeah, but your definitions are all different. So here, you're looking at things and you're working them out. Now, it can just be that your head is talking to your practicality and they're not making sense. Your head could be saying, mentally, you might be looking at your heart and looking at your emotions, right? And processing that mentally and saying, I'm miserable. I can't do this. I don't want this. I need to change something. And practically, you're saying, well, you can't. You're here. This is where you're stuck. This is what you have to do. And you have to keep on learning more and doing more because you can't move forward. Now, your practical side might be right. It might not be that you're stuck. It might be that this is where you need to be right now. And we've all been there where it's like, I would rather eat my own foot than be where I am right now. But I'm here, so I'm going to make the best out of it. Or you're not going to make the best out of it. I mean, I've definitely been there, sticking your, push down your heels, stand your ground and be miserable, but move forward. And you're going to see that you are changing things, that you're moving forward in power, that you're learning things that are absolutely invaluable to you. And you never would have done it if you got to choose where you were, if you got to choose the scenario. and it wasn't divinely sent, and it wasn't guided to you by your angels, and your spirit guide wasn't sitting there and saying, oh, I'll help you through that maze, while your angels wrap their wings around you and say, don't worry, I'm protecting you. Listen to your inner guidance, and you will be okay. And as you're moving forward, you're seeing that, you're realizing that, and you're looking at the burdens that you're carrying with the 10 of acorns, and it's like, enough is enough. This is responsibilities and discipline and dedication and determination. And you're looking at things, and it's like, I have responsibilities. And I'm a huge one for claiming responsibilities. We don't run away from them. We look at them, we claim them, and we say, okay. And then we make life work with those responsibilities at our center. So it's not throwing everything away and running away. It's saying, this is my responsibility. This is what I need to do. But I can only take on my load. And the thing with you, Sagittarius, is that you love everybody to feel welcome and warm and cared for and brilliant. You do. You love sharing of information, of stories, of, passions and desires for life. And you want everybody to shine. And so you take on burdens. And you take on burdens. And you take on burdens. And it becomes too much. Because now, not only are you carrying your load, but you're trying to carry everybody else's. And it has you stumbling. It has you falling. And so here, with the 10 of acorns, it's like, stand your ground. Know who you are. Put down the burden that you're carrying. See what can be created. See what needs to be done. And do 5 minutes every day. 5 minutes every day of what you need to do for your soul, yourself. And if that's one day just taking a breather, sitting there and saying, for 5 minutes, I'm just going to sit down and, read a book, listen to a book, watch some TV, or a half an hour, Take time for you. And it's completing a cycle. There's a completion of a cycle when it comes to your passions, when it comes to your creativity, when it comes to your instinctual self. And as you claim this, you move forward. Because you're seeing how life jigsaws together. You're seeing how you jigsaw together. And it's empowering and it's beautiful. And it leads you to the 8 of feathers. Because it's going to lead you to definitely be overthinking things. Feel as small as a mouse. Okay? This is courage and solutions. It takes courage to find the solutions. And your mind is going to be doing its absolute best to say, oh, well, you're wrong. Oh, well, ain't that sweet? You think that, but it's not true. And so with the 8 of feathers, you're looking at what you desire and what you want. You're looking at your passion and your determination. And it's scaring the life out of you. You might not know it. You might put it on the burner and say, oh, okay, I'll do this later. Oh, okay, I'll look at that later. Oh, okay, I'll, discover this later. But what's the fear? What is keeping you caged within your mind? And that's huge. The 8 of swords is huge because the 8 of swords can rob everything good from our lives. It really can. Because it paralyzes us. It keeps us in our own heads. And you know what? When you're too much in your own head and you don't just leap, you'll never fly. The door will be open to the cage, but you'll sit in it. And that's a harsh truth. But once you see it, once you claim it, and you say, oh, good golly, Miss Molly, I'm afraid. I can't do this. I don't want to move forward that way. I'm, stuck. I'm overwhelmed. I'm everything. Then you embrace the Queen of Shells because you've embraced your heart. You've embraced your emotional self and you are melding it together with your intellectual self. We cannot just be our mind. We can't. We can't because our mind echoes our emotions. Our emotions are so astoundingly powerful that it even echoes our prosperity. How do you move forward if you can't love you? If you can't, if you can't be you? And so with the Page of Crystals, you start to see that. You start to become a student of your ideas, a student of discipline and dedication to yourself. It can be to things that need to be done, yes, but you might look at things and instead of saying, oh my gosh, dinner needs to be cooked, baby needs to be fed, work needs to be done, the dogs need to be walked, this needs to happen, that needs to happen, and you're looking at everything and it's just piling up, and you're panicking. Papers need to be in, classes are online and everything like that. Look at it and say, okay, I'm breaking it down. I'm breaking it down. And as I break it down, and as I accomplish one thing at a time, and maybe not all the things on your list, make sure you don't set yourself up for failure, Sagittarius. You see yourself empowered, and this moves you to the Two of Crystals. It moves you to juggling. This says balance and adaptability. It moves you to balancing and becoming adaptable, which leads you to the Five of Crystals, which is persistence and new possibilities. Because you're not going to be kept out in the cold looking at wealth as if it's for everybody else but you. Now, this is wealth, financial wealth, or something you value as much as prosperity coming into your life. And so here with the Five of Pentacles, it's like, do I want to be a pauper? Do I want to be on the outside looking in? Or do I want to be prosperous, bountiful, and claim that prosperity for myself? Because this right here is where you're stuck and you fear you will always be. With the Five of Feathers and the Eight of Feathers and the Five of Crystals, the Eight of Swords and the Five of Pentacles at your base, and the Moon card at your tip. And it can also be, you just kind of flip this over with the Eight of Swords and the Five of Crystals, Pentacles at your base, and the Queen of Shells at your feet, at your tip. There we go. And so here, it's like, can I flip this and be what I love as I embrace my heart and my soul, and as I know that, yes, I'm afraid, but once I face that fear, divinity hands me a gift that I haven't been seeing, and I move forward in power that is astounding. And yes, because things have gotten tongue-tied in this reading, and I have gotten tongue-tied, times will get tongue-tied. You'll feel as if you're creating this knot that cannot be undone. But sitting there and saying it, and owning it, and looking at the situation is going to empower you and move you forward. And as it does, your subconscious message is the Eight of Acorns. Now, the Eight of Acorns is the Eight of Wands. Things start to change really quickly. It's energy and results. Your energy starts to increase, right? And you start to get results. And with the repeat of the number 8, this is saying that things are going to be very serious for you. Don't take things too seriously, because you're on the precipice of infinity, because 8 on its side is infinity. And so yes, 8 is a serious number, it's a work number, it's a dedicated number, but it's also remembering to work and be dedicated to yourself, to your happiness, to your love, to your joy. And as you are, okay, or as you embrace that, and this is also going to be a little bit chafing with the Eight of Acorns, because subconsciously you're really going to want things to move, and you're going to get super mad at yourself when you feel as if you've let yourself down or as if you've failed. So just be aware of that, because it's going to feel like you're going against the very core of your being. Your subconscious chakra message is the inner child, your heart chakra. You need to listen and embrace your inner child, to let that voice move you forward, and to remember who you once were before the world took over. And then your subconscious spirit animal message is the koala spirit. Spirit has your back, and spirit has a plan. Most definitely, spirit has a plan. And you might not know it, you might not like it, but if you embrace it, and you embrace your angels, your spirit guides, you say, okay, I am going to listen to that voice of reason in my head, my little Jiminy Cricket. You will see you start to shine. You will see you start to move forward in something brilliant, towards something brilliant. All right, Sagittarius, I hope this reading has resonated with you. I wish you nothing but light, love, peace, and happiness. May harmony always be with you. I am sending loving, healing energy to each and every one of you. I love you all, and be safe.